Hey, and welcome to my zoo base. Oh, sometimes people grow in different directions than what they're building, and that has happened with this base. I started this over 3 years ago. I think I had the turtle vid out, the ducks, flamingo, and so I wanted to do a zoo where I could showcase my animals. Now, at the time, I was building in Publix, so I put up this really boring, nondescript wall around the whole base just to discourage people from visiting at all. And it's still here to this day. It's like, well, if I do a boring wall, I'm going to do a fancy inside. So I got my shortened signature on my monkeys there, and then I built a really fancy 3D zoo sign. And then I had to put in these stupid bollards because people were still trying to drive their cars in. But I like the zoo sign, and I think I put a cyan wire underneath it. And again, really tricky to make the white light up blue without getting too out of control. This was going to be a big shark tank aquarium. Put glass in it in front. I got it lit from the top with the dark blue wires. Yeah, I thought I put it behind it, but I put it on top. I think this is a combination of white and ice. I think that's actually sand in the front. But I wanted this to be kind of like a Disney-fied museum with aquariums and snake tanks and just animal enclosures. A nice bathroom with a baby station. I still like that paper towel holder. It's good. Yeah, I put so much effort in doing all these koa and walnut patterns, which there's a hidden lighting there. And I still love koa and walnut. But looking back, these patterns are intense. I can't believe I made it halfway doing all these patterns and matching them all up. And of course, these are smaller wood pieces, so the data for this is just off the charts. This is a 10 data build and I'm only halfway done. So I think by the time I finished, I wouldn't be able to add animals. I was going to put an alligator here, half underwater here, where you can see it when you walk in, and then the other half up top. And I think this cobra and this snake wrapped around a tree are actually the only two animals I ever put in an enclosure. But I've got other enclosures that I pre-made, and this was really early in my animal making career. So in hindsight, making a super stupendous base before I had the animals for it was probably not the best move. I actually had to start my studio base just to have room to make the animals. Bathroom over here. Fancy. You like my signage? And this was a good use of counters. I mean, I certainly learned from this base. A lot of things I like to do, and quite a few things that you probably shouldn't do. Again, I didn't really grid this out, and I just kind of threw stuff up, and that brought me to this. It used to be a stairwell to go up to the top, and it was so hard to try to fit this in. After the fact, stairs are always challenging, so I just finally ripped them out and opened up the bottom. And then this is my first food court. Actually spent time making a beverage machine. I've actually got a little bit of legit gray wood back here. I was trying to gather some legitimately to make an elephant. But you can't, legit gray wood, you can only get pre-filled BPs, usually at great cost, and nobody has wedges, so I finally had to give that up. Good food court. I styled the monkeys' uniforms off of, I think, Carousel hot dogs from the mall, because they're loud and garish, and I would hate to wear those at work. burger. This is a good kitchen, but again, this was early, so I didn't space the counters right. I had to put a riser in for the monkey. I had to put a riser in for you. But this is a good takeaway. This auto clean machine where you send the dishes in. That looks pretty close to what it looks like in a restaurant if you've worked at a restaurant or done food service. Yep, I will definitely save that for later. Trays and plates. Here's the walk-in cooler. It's the gray box down there. Oh. Yeah, people just started giving me stuff. Just put it in here. A lot of worms and eyeballs and turkeys. Double fridge. Don't think I have anything in there. It's a pretty good kitchen though. Fluorescent lights were done pretty well. Actually took time to put boxes and stuff up there. And this was the first burger flipper monkey. Put a hood in over the ovens. Got a cheeseburger there. Fresh raw meat there. And it looks like he's pulling one off right now. And I tried to do a hot dog roller. Just a piece of cherry. And then the deep fat fryer over here. That was a great fry basket. It was a couple wires and a lot of work, which is probably why I didn't make another one. So, yeah, but definitely a good fry basket. I like that. And we'll go ahead and close this door for now. Good takeaway. It was a good learning experience doing this kitchen. And this was going to be an eating and viewing area with another aquarium right out front. Animals underneath the water. And this leads right into aquariums. Again, I built a lot of aquariums. Fish are hard. I've made a couple. But to go that small, it's really hard to get definition on a fish. But I wanted this dark so you could look in and see all the animals and the fish. Again, good vision, but pretty big. We got glass here, but this is supposed to be a 3D effect. So it goes back, and we'll walk in here. You'll see this goes back way deep. Back, 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 back. Turn around. Now I was going to put plants here, maybe fish here, more plants and more fish, and just stack them in front of each other. And then when you're out here, you know, it all look 3D and have depth to it. Good in concept, hard in execution. So, and I made a lot of aquariums, and I haven't made but like 2 fish. Even though I've tried making sharks. And so far, we're still working on that. And then, frankly, the back side of the zoo was going to be exactly like the front half, just flipped. And that was going to require a lot of wood and essentially just copying the front. And neither one of those options really excited me. Now, I did come back in and added some of the bamboo in after I did the bamboo vid. That certainly helped, but I was I was limited by size restraints because I was going to have to build aquariums on this side, so the stair transitions are pretty clunky. I had to put in glass so people wouldn't run off. Not the best. However, this viewing platform I really do like still. It's got good simple patterns in it. And this is all ice wood. And I was going to build habitats here for like polar bears, penguins, little islands. I still like the columns on this viewing platform. The glass railing. I think I just finished Japan. So I was still pretty much in love with green sloping roofs. These came out nice. I do like these. I actually probably will retain this viewing tower from this build. It's going to be just about the only thing left after I start deleting. And the idea was I'd make big rolling plains out here on top where I could do giraffes and elephants and rhinos, the big animals in a natural habitat. Again, I probably should have come up with some of those first. But looking back, this is I'm still happy with it for the time, but it's used a lot of wood, 10 data, and just barely making halfway. Much more efficient with my wood use nowadays. Yeah, I definitely like this viewing platform from Columns. It's still good. Still holds up. Alright. Yeah, but this base has got to go. I'll probably end up using it for competitions or just doodling with bigger projects. Alright, here we have the first two-legged monkey I made. I'll pose right here. NFT moment. Ka-ching. But yeah, that's it. The first two-legged monkey. I'll probably put that one in glass and just keep it around. So where I developed monkeys was on this base. It's fun. And then we've got the first Roman soldier. Friend made that sword. It's pretty janky. Usually try not to do weapons for the monkeys. It's not the message I want to send. And then we got Sleepy Time Monkey with his glitchy coffee and glitchy candle. It's still pretty cute though. Really shave Sleepy and put him in glass as well. Then over here I've got my first polar bear attempt. A couple people, Mad Mom I think has made a couple. She made a panda version of this. A couple other bears. I did have a Coke in his hand at first around Christmas with the scarf. A lot of people like to pose with this when I first made it. It's okay. It's alright. It's big and then it's hard to do vids on bigger animals like this. A lot of pieces. But I'm going to start attempting it. We'll see. Alright, the polar bear. This is kind of left over from the stairs I tried on the other side. Again, lots of shapes and architecturally avant-garde. At least so I thought. But this was a real hassle to try to make the transition to get it to line up right. Again, a lot of wood. Same out here. I was using wedges to smooth all these lines out. And it's just so much wood to get these rolling hills. And that's probably better spent on animals or something a little less subtle in this case, especially since there's so much of it. So possibly this build was ahead of its time. And, since I moved to VIPs not too long after this, the wall became kind of irrelevant. It's just kind of an eyesore, which was the goal at the time, but not so much anymore. Alright, I let this play in real time. I didn't speed it up. This is kind of the last tour. I wanted to get this space on vid for posterity. So thanks for joining me on this last journey through the zoo. And remember, it's okay to delete a base and change. Your next base is always better than your last, and you learn something from all of them. We'll see you again.